Hey fellow watch fanatics, this is Ariel Soltero with WatchReport.com coming to you today with the Borealis Scout Sniper. Now before I get into the watch, I want to go ahead and remind you to like WatchReport.com on Facebook, Instagram, and our new forum at WatchReport.com/forum. Now sign up, become a member, and start enjoying the forum with us. Now the Borealis Scout Sniper, I want to give a real quick shout out to Borealis because one of the cool things, once you go to watchreport.com/forum, sign up, become a member, you're going to get your chance to win your very own Borealis Scout Sniper. Now, of course, this could not have been done without Borealis, and we wanted to thank them from the bottom of our heart for actually donating a watch that our members are going to love and enjoy, hopefully for years to come. So, how much watch does $300 get you? Well, if you're a Borealis Scout Sniper, you're going to get a ton of watch if you buy the Borealis, excuse me. Now, Borealis is a company that they state in their website that they manufacture timepieces that are reliable, and they offer reliable movements. They're clean and easy to read dials, and they do it all with the highest grade tools and materials. And after having this watch in my arsenal for several weeks now, I can tell you that is exactly right on. It's spot on, guys. Let's talk a little bit about the specs on this. The case diameter is 44 millimeters. Okay, the case height on this is going to be 15 millimeters. Your lug size is a 22 millimeter bracelet that's going to taper down to 22. Your lug to lug, right? That's this right here. That's going to be 52 millimeters. Very, very wearable, guys. You guys are not going to believe how comfortable this watch is once you have it on. As far as the bracelet, I've already mentioned that it's 316 stainless steel bracelet with split pins, and it's going to have your diver extension tucked in right there. Movement, Seiko NH35, which is an OEM version of Seiko's 4R35. The crystal on this is sapphire with an anti-reflective coating. All right. Water resistance, 300 meters, and retail price is $299 in USD. I received this watch in kind of no-frills packaging. It's not anything that you guys are going to be wowed about, but you know what? No big deal, because the real magic of this watch is the actual watch itself. Scout Sniper's dial. You're going to have a matte black dial. Borealis right underneath the 12. Very cleanly done. Right underneath the hands, you're going to have, it's going to say 300 meters, okay? 300 meters, letting us know that this is a dive watch as well. Underneath that, automatic. It's something that's printed on just about every watch. This does have, remember, that Seiko NH35, which is the Seiko 4R35. Now, as far as the tritium tubes are all over this particular watch. If you are a tritium tube lover, you're going to love this particular watch. It's going to be at the 12. Let's start off with that one. That's going to have a red tritium tube, and it's going to be encased in that triangle, the red triangle. The 1, the 2, the 3, and so on, all the way back to the 11 is going to have real bright green tritium tubes. You're going to have your tritium tube gliding on top of the hour hands and the minute hands, and of course that red second hand that you see floating around the actual dial. Now, love tritium tubes, but also like lume. Well, guess what? Borealis went above and beyond and put lume on this watch as well. Now, as far as the actual markers, I already told you those are actual tubes, but underneath the markers, they're actual numerical designation, the 12, the 1, the 3, excuse me, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and so on. That's actually applied lume, and I can tell you it glows bright, it's well applied, and you know what, guys? It is awesome. I mean, I am amazed on how well this watch has been put together. So, date wheel on it, between the 4 and the 5, it's in white. I think it looks great. Now, I was going to say something just now, but let me go and kind of reverse a little bit. I like to talk about the elephant in the room early on. This aesthetically looks like a Marathon GSAR. If you're okay with that, you know what? You're going to love this watch. So, that's where you got to make the decision. Am I going to look at this and say, well, it's not a Marathon GSAR? Truthfully, I don't think you are. This watch has personality of its own, and I think that you're going to agree once you have it on your wrist. Now, the reason I mentioned that is because I was going to say that the date is in the same position as the Marathon GSAR. Now, there's subtle differences that make this watch unique. First of all, the Marathon GSAR not only has your 12, the 1, the 2, and so on, it also has military time. Now, some people could say that's pretty cool, but to me, you know what? I like this better. It's a little more aesthetically pleasing. Why? Because it unclutters the dial. So for me, this is going to be my watch. Now, bezel insert. Let's talk about the bezel insert real quick. It's very well done. It's going to have another tritium tube here at the 12. And every marker that you see on the actual insert is so well done. It's a bright white. It's painted well. I've seen a lot of pictures of other ones. I can tell you that this watch has been executed nearly flawlessly. Again, we're talking about a watch that retails for $299, guys. You don't usually get this level of detail when we're talking about this particular watch. Now, bezel, 60 click. Okay, the company says that the reason they chose a 60 click bezel, a 90 click, I apologize. The reason they chose a 90 click bezel is because of the fact that 90 is exactly 1/4 of 360, which is a complete circle. So pretty cool. I agree. It has nice, crisp sound to it, and it's very easy to manipulate. As you see, I'm wearing gloves. Very easy to manipulate. Why? Because these teeth are so fat and chunky, and they grip. Now, it has not moved at all on me without me trying to move it. Now, a little bit, I guess something that I was able to notice is it has a little back play. When you set it in place, then it's good to go. But if you move it, then you're going to get just slight back play. Now, it's locked in. You move it again, little back play, but once it's locked in, you're good to go. So, is that a big deal? Is that a deal breaker? It isn't for me, and I don't think it's going to be for you either. Very well executed bezel. Now, talking about the crown. The crown is a very large crown. You're going to see a textured crown. If you're wearing gloves underwater, remember this is a 300-meter dive watch. If you happen to be wearing gloves, you can manipulate it really easy as well, as you see right here. Okay, you take out the crown. We're going to go ahead and give it a couple swings here of the time. All right. So very easy to manipulate crown. Let me see if I can give you a better shot of it right there. It's a textured crown. Makes it, again, very easy to manipulate. I like the look. It's almost like a, I don't know, maybe a small canteen or something. I like it a lot. So, awesome case, very comfortable. Let's talk about the case back on it. Case back is going to have Borealis's Little Mermaid logo. You see it right there. It's going to be a high polish, and the mermaid is also going to be done in high polish, little frosting around. You're going to have your pertinence all around, and of course you can see here that it is a screw down crown, giving it that water resistance. As far as the bracelet, really awesome little bracelet. Now, this is the topic of debate, I guess, because of the fact that this is a tactical watch. So what a lot of people are saying, and I honestly kind of tend to agree personally. Remember, guys, this is my personal opinion on this particular bracelet. Awesome, well made. You got your diver extension, but one thing that I think that they could have done a little differently is remove this high polish. Now, some have said that it adds a little bit of pop to the actual overall design. This is a very matte design, and so they're saying, well, you know what? It adds a lot of pop to it. I like the way it looks. It kind of dresses it up a little bit, so that way it'll kind of go with you, whether you just get off of a little diving excursion and you want to go straight to taking a quick shower and maybe just keeping the same watch on. Well, you can go to a really nice dinner with it, and somebody doesn't think that you're just wearing a military watch. For me, I would have probably brushed out the entire band. Obviously, I didn't do that because I wanted to show you how the company intended for this watch to be. But again, is it ugly? By no means. Truthfully, it's kind of growing on me. But I think from a tactical, militaristic look of this particular watch, I personally would have not used the high polish links in it. So as far as the bracelet, you can see it still has the plastic there. You're going to have your diver extension. Very, very nice. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and pop that out. There it is right there. Clasp is a fold-over clasp. It's got a lot of security to it. Works really well. Takes a little bit of actual pop to get it off, so that's good. That means that it's just going to be all that more secure for you. So I'm trying to give you a little look here on what the overall watch looks like. I'm telling you guys, this is a truly amazing watch. You guys are going to be so happy. So trying to give you a really nice look there. It's just a beautiful watch. I sent a couple wrist shots to a friend of mine, and his response was, you know what, it really is a really pretty watch. And you know what, guys, I think he's 100% right. I think it's an awesome watch. I get a lot of compliments on it, actually. Again, pretty awesome. So as far as the movement at its core, again, you're going to have that NH35. It's going to be a low beat movement, 21,600 VPH. But you know what? Honestly, it doesn't bother me. I've seen tons of other movements that have more flutter, and I can tell you that this particular model doesn't bother me at all. I like it. I think that's one of the things that they like to talk about as far as how reliable their watches are, and they're using that NH35 in this particular model. Giving you a couple more shots here. Let me get this little thing out the way here. I'm going to make sure you guys get a really nice shot, so that way you guys can get more excited about winning this. And if you pass the date of actual winning this watch, no worries. It's $299, guys, and I can tell you, you're going to think it's money well spent. Yeah, really nice, guys. Go ahead and fold it over here. There's that bracelet. So one of the last things that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a wrist shot. Give me a second here to transition. I know you guys have been asking for wrist shots, and I want to make sure that I oblige so you can see what it looks like. Now my wrist is 7.25 inches to 7.5, depending on how it swells up. One of the cool things about it is, depending on how my wrist swells up, you'll see right there, you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4 micro adjustments on this particular watch. So whether it goes from 7.25 or it goes to a full 7.5, not to worry, because I can just micro adjustment it out and I'm great. Guys, I know I've said it 100 times and I can't tell you enough on what a good value this watch is. I'm still really amazed. It's one of the few times I think that I receive a watch and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, it's a $300 watch. And all of a sudden, I get it, I wear it, I play with it, I get comments on it, and I am literally blown away on the value that we receive. So, again, thank you very much, Borealis, for providing this watch for this particular review and going above and beyond and providing another watch for our members to win. So, again, watchreport.com/forum, sign up and win this today. We'll see you next time, guys, with more reviews of all the watches that you guys are going to want to wear. This is Ariel Soltura signing off.